I think that before you buy your own home to live in, I do own my own home, but I only bought it last year after making millions. So I think before you buy your own home, if you're ever going to, become a millionaire first.
Oh no, completely. There's so much to say for renting, because when you rent, you have flexibility.
Yeah, true.
I think that flexibility, if we're talking about the attention economy, and we're now living in a world where things are changing so rapidly. Think of how different the world was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we had Motorola Razrs, couldn't even do a video on our phones. Now we can film Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how fast the world's changing. If you're gonna say, for 22 years, I'm gonna live at this address, you're a dummy. Because you might get an opportunity in Japan. Who knows, right? You're a dummy to do that. So I agree. I own the house I live in. No, sorry, I don't. An entity in a company, blah, blah, owns the house I live in. That was a cash. And that's only because I wanted it the way I wanted it. I want to renovate all this. I want bulletproof glass. Okay, just buy it. Yeah. That's why I did it. But in general, yeah, you should. Renting allows you flexibility. Yeah. And flexibility is very important in the modern world.
To get rich.
To get rich, you might need to have to go here, go there. Exactly. You might need a month over there. You might want to go do something in Ireland for 2 months. And then also another thing about renting, especially in the Western economy, I know I shouldn't say this, and it's probably going to piss off your guys, but it's true. There's really very little downside to renting, because even if you don't pay your rent, they can't make you leave. Like, it's fucking clown world over here. Like, oh, you're renting 3 months, you don't even pay your rent, and you're still fucking sleeping fine. Yeah. So the whole thing is like, rent is fantastic. I would only recommend renting, unless you get to the point like you, where you have so much money, you just buy it.
That's why our tenants are guests, not tenants.
Good, I like that.
So they don't have the same...
Well, I live in Romania, so we have my tenants, because I do have tenants, we have a slightly different system in Romania. You're an hour late, bro. You better pack or pay. But
you know what though? They make it really strict to try and help the tenants. But what actually happens is the landlords become really no. The landlords become really strict with the vetting process.
Yeah, of course.
Ask for big deposits. Yep. My sister's trying to rent somewhere. She's a single mom, and the letting agent said we don't rent to single moms. Yep. Right. So what's happening is it's actually hurting the tenants.
Of course, yeah.
So it's all the things that the government do to try and help the poor often end up hurting the poor.
What did we say earlier about trying to give money out? The government is not capable of helping the poor. And this is why it's so important as a person, you take personal responsibility and understand you're living in a world where the matrix can be cracked. You can make a bunch of money, but you need to take responsibility and do it. I will sit here and say right now on this podcast that I have hundreds of millions of dollars. And if you go to cobratate.com, my website, cobratate.com, you can sign up for a free email. I have an email list, and I'll send an email a day for free that will teach you how to make money. I can say that here, and of the 100,000 people who watch it, 5,000 might sign up. 95,000 will sit there drooling, and they'll just ignore me, not sign up, and then 2 minutes later going, bro, it's so hard out here to make money. Just dumbasses. Like, you're not even trying. You're not trying. Right. You're like, what we were saying earlier about player versus player is absolutely not really true. If it's player versus player, and you're competing against everybody else, because you're competing up against everybody else all the time, and you want to also, on top of that, be low energy and lethargic and lazy, well, then you just don't stand a chance. You're going to get wrecked. There are people out here who are prepared to work their ass off.